Welcome to the MovyMart. Today I am going to rank the top 10 best thrillers on Prime Video right now. We hope that this selection will be useful and everyone will find something new to watch. So let's not waste any time and begin.
Girls come in here every day from small towns.
Number 10. The Neon Demon. It follows a haunting Elle Fanning as Jessie, an aspiring model who has come to Los Angeles in the hopes of making it in a rather harsh and cruel industry. Directed by the enigmatic Nicholas Winding Refn, most known for Drive and Only God Forgives, it is an experience all its own that peels back the layers of beauty to reveal something far uglier underneath the polite face we put on the world. It is not a film that you can undertake lightly, as it constantly pushes into darker places that are as thematically dour as they are visually arresting. There also is a sinister sense of humor under it all, making the conclusion both a fitting and oddly funny way to end it all that hits home without missing a beat.
Wait, just a sweet little boy.
Number 9. We need to talk about Kevin. The story is that Tilda Swinton's Eva is struggling to raise her child Kevin, who seems to loathe her. As they grow more aggressive, the film becomes about the horrors of what it means to have your offspring turn into someone you can't recognize, and whether you could have done anything to stop it. Swinton is outstanding, bringing a sense of the tragedy that permeates the existence of her character at every single turn. It is a film that abandons any sense of optimism to instead focus on the cold, hard reality of parenthood and the violence that is bubbling just underneath the surface. No matter how much we would like to pretend it doesn't exist, it is there and just waiting to burst free, whether we are ready for it or not. Number 8. The Handmaiden. The Handmaiden is the most downright gorgeous erotic thriller ever made. Chan-wook Park gives the source material a cultural transplant to 1930s Japan-occupied Korea, where Suki takes a job as a handmaiden to the mysterious troubled lady, Hideko, sparking a passionate affair that reshapes their lives. Our entry point to the twisted tale is through Suki, a thief by trade and family tradition, who is in fact teaming with a fake Count Fujiwara in a scheme to defraud Lady Hideko of her fortune. But when Suki falls for her mark, the fiendish plan is thrown for a loop, as new layers of deception and manipulation are uncovered at every turn.
Starting over again, that's what's going on. Everything that happened to you happened.
Number 7. Triangle. Centered on Melissa George's Jess, a woman with an undisclosed source of agony behind her surface-level calm, Triangle sees a group of friends on a yachting trip through the Bermuda Triangle, where they escape to a passing ocean liner in the midst of a terrible storm. Once aboard, they find that the massive ship is abandoned, and what's worse, they are being stalked by a hooded murderous figure who appears to be the only other inhabitant on the vessel. It's difficult to talk about Triangle without giving away its many clever twists and turns, but a vicious time loop repeatedly thrusts the group into the nightmare scenario, where Jess emerges at the heart of a mystery that might just hold the key to their escape. Smith makes the most of his twisty concept, with an intricately designed narrative of overlapping timelines, and a number of striking and creative that showcase the horror of being stuck in a hellish time loop.
At the bottom of this part of the lake.
I promise, it's worth it.
Nervous?
Maybe a little.
I'll be Vegas.
Number 6. The Deep House. A film that makes the most of its unique premise. The Deep House follows a young influencer couple who go for a dive to explore a submerged house and end up getting more than they bargained for. With oxygen steadily depleting and terrors beginning to take hold in the house, the duo will have to race against the clock in order to escape in one piece. patient yet completely petrifying at the same time. The sluggishness at which the divers move through the water only makes it all the more terrifying when they need to move quickly when in danger. As the house and all that is in it begins to turn against them, the way everything is framed to maximize the claustrophobia gets so overwhelming that you yourself feel as though you can't breathe. It is a film where its setting becomes a central part of the story, washing over you with each subsequent development until you are permanently stuck on the edge of your seat.
Open the door to the top manifest in the West. Will I be putting myself in danger?
If this mission was the least tempting.
Number 5. The Courier. The spy thriller The Courier follows the true story of Greville Wynn, an unassuming salesman whose life is turned upside down when he is recruited by CIA officer Helen Talbot and MI6 officer Dickie Franks, who ask him to head to Russia and aid them in their mission to uncover disturbing truths about the Cuban Missile Crisis. In this tense historical drama, Greville covertly interacts with Oleg Penkovsky, a Soviet military source doubling as a British spy who has pertinent information on Russia's nuclear plans. This literal life and death adventure debuted at the Sundance Film Festival and will have you on the edge of your seat from start to finish.
No paper.
Paper is a way of getting people in trouble. That is.
At our place, last night I found this.
24.
You guys use this thing?
Number 4. The Report. The Report stars Adam Driver as Daniel Jones, an idealistic Senate staffer who is assigned by Senator Dianne Feinstein to lead an investigation into the CIA's post-9/11 detention and interrogation program. Jones is initially hesitant to take on the task, but is soon consumed by his charge and becomes dogged and determined to issue this report, despite the protestations of the CIA and other senators in Congress. The report draws on a dark chapter in American history to offer a sober, gripping account of one public servant's crusade for accountability.
After the tone, please leave a message.
You, right away.
Number 3. You Were Never Really He. Director Lynn Ramsey directs this powerhouse of a film that features Joaquin Phoenix as Joe, a grizzled veteran of the Gulf War, who's lost in a world of hallucinations, brought on by a tormented past. The fact that he is a hired hitman who delivers death in the most brutal of ways adds an unsettled and electric energy to this film. You're not really sure if anything is actually happening or is NT, while handing out deaths by hammer. Joe gets hired to find Nina, a 13-year-old innocent daughter of a New York senator who is about to be sold into teen sexual slavery. He makes it a personal mission to find her and to make those responsible for her kidnapping, even those who may have hired him to do the job.
내가 나쁜 사람처럼 보이니?
Number 2. The Man from Nowhere. An action thriller starring Won Bin as an ex-special agent. He befriends his neighbor's daughter, Jeng So-mi, in the normal course of his life. When So-mi's mother, who dances at the local club, steals a large pack of heroin from that club at the behest of her low-life boyfriend, it sets off a chain of events that ensnares Tae-sik and So-mi in the world of Korean gangs and drug runners. After a gang takes them hostage, they use them in a war against another rival gang, which leads to the possible death of So-mi. Tae-sik, fearing the worst, employs all the expertise and weapons in his arsenal to save the young girl and make those responsible for her possible death pay.
I'm scared, Harry. I'm scared all the time.
Number 1. Harry Brown. This gritty action thriller from director and Academy Award nominee Daniel Barber stars Kane as the titular character. Harry is as an elderly shut-in who plays chess in the local bar with his friend, Leonard, and cares for his wife who is dying in a local hospital. The apartment complex he lives in is overrun by some brutal gangsters and drug dealers who care nothing about killing others to get what they want or for fun. When Leonard is killed so close to Harry's apartment, the old man brushes the dust off his Royal Marine skills and sets about getting revenge on the people responsible for Leonard's death and working out his anger on people who need to be punished in worst ways. Well, this is it. Share your movie impressions in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe. See ya, bye!